views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Para X, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
Extraordinaire. Psychic energy.
The Calling.
Hey, welcome to another night of The Calling. I am Jerry Ayers with SIM Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota, and Jen Cruz, my darling.
Hi, Jerry.
How are you today?
Everyone. I'm great. It's a sunny day. Well, it was a sunny day.
It was sunny here, too, and it was actually kind of brisk, and it just felt so good to walk outside where you're expecting to be hit with a wet washcloth in the face, you know, from the humidity, to where it was nice and cool and just delicious.
It was a nice break from that hot weekend.
Oh, yeah, you guys really had it bad. Where were you at? You were up in...
I was up in Panema, Minnesota, and it's a small village on the Red Lake Indian Reservation for a big powwow for 4 days. It was camping outside, the bathing in the lake. I was roughing it.
You were roughing it, right. You were enjoying yourself. Roughing it is working. I don't know. That's rough.
That's true. But when people think about camping, they think about campers and gas grills and, you know, a shower.
That's true. Yeah. Well, tonight we have three gentlemen, and do you want to introduce them? I don't want to.
Well, I sure would be glad to. We've got the Ghost Hunters Extraordinaire on the show with us tonight, and I didn't write down their last name, so you're going to have to introduce their full names.
I'll introduce them one at a time, and we're going to start with Ron. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, now I always have a hard time saying your last name, Ron.
Andrus.
Andrus. Well, that's kind of easy, isn't it? Okay, that's just... Yeah. Me. I'm from Bemidji. Just, take it easy, all right? And then we have Chris Oliver.
Yep.
Really? You're that good of a talking guy, aren't you?
Chris Oliver.
Chris Oliver, okay. So he's shy, I take it.
Nah, I ain't shy.
What? Okay. You're just on a time-lapse type answering deal. Gotcha. And then we have John Landgrath, who is the pizza man of the world, right?
Not really, but I'm here.
Okay. And you guys, where are you guys all from?
Ron, I'm from Rome.
Rome.
Yep.
Italy, Rome,
New York. Sorry.
Rome, New York. Yeah. There we go.
Rome, New York.
And who was that, by the way? That was okay.
Which
Ron.
one of you is from Rome?
Yeah.
Ron and Chris are both from Rome.
Really?
John, I'm from
three.
Syracuse, New York.
Okay, John, you're from Syracuse, and Mr. Oliver and Mr. Andros, you guys are from
Rome, New York.
Rome.
Yeah.
Okay, great. How did you just kind of, I'm going to start with each one of you guys, if that's okay. I'm going to start with John first. How did you ever start getting into paranormal? I mean, were you a little kid? Were you afraid of the paranormal? Did you welcome it? What was the deal?
No, when I was about 14, 15, I was out with a bunch of guys, and we were at this old house, and it was probably just before sunup. We seen demon dogs, because I can't say the other word, take down an 8-point buck. And when the sun came up, there was guts and blood everywhere, but no dogs.
Oh, okay. Where was that at? It was in
Michigan.
Michigan? Is that where you're from, is Michigan?
I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan, yes.
Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, when you were really little, did your family ever talk about ghosts or anything like that?
No,
No, they
never.
never did.
When I was young, nothing.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
I'm wondering how you knew it was demon dogs.
Basically, the glowing green and red eyes and fangs like you wouldn't believe, not an inch or so. They're 2.5, 3 inches long. They look like Dobermans, but amped up on something. It was just really weird. A different kind of dog.
Huh.
I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
And so that kind of piqued your interest, and you thought you want to get to know more and more about the paranormal?
Yes, as I got older, I did. I watched a lot of movies on it, and I can debunk most of them. So it got to the point where I wanted to do it, and I just felt I had enough knowledge to where I can actually figure out where a lot of stuff is or isn't.
Gotcha. Okay. What about you, Mr. Oliver?
Yeah, I seen well, when I was a kid, I seen an apparition of my dad. That's what got me into it. That was back in like '09.
Okay. Did your dad pass away when you were younger, when you were a kid?
Well, in '09, not when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Like teenager.
Teenager, okay. I'm sorry about that. Sorry to hear that. So that was your first time you ever thought of anything that was paranormal, ghosts, or anything?
Yeah, and that's what got me interested.
Gotcha. All right. What about you, Ron?
Well, I was raised since I was 6 months old by my grandparents, and the house that we used to live in, after my grandfather died in '96, back when he was in World War II, he had tuberculosis, and so they took half of his lung and half of his rib, and so he always had a wheezing kind of breathing.
Uh-huh.
And after he died in '96, I took over his old bedroom, and I was laying towards the corner of the wall, and I could sense somebody standing over the top of me, and I could hear like a wheezing breathing.
Uh-huh.
And then back when my grandmother passed away in 2002, I was sitting in the living room watching a movie, and I seen, like, I just kind of turned my head slightly towards my bedroom, and I seen my grandmother walking out of my room into her bedroom. And like I said, this was after she passed away, so I seen quite a bunch of stuff, and I got really interested in it.
Gotcha. So who was the one that decided that you guys need a team, and how did you find each other?
Well, me and Chris, actually, his fiance and my wife are friends, so we actually kind of knew each other. We actually tried to join a couple groups out this way, and we never got a response, so we decided to start our own group. And then along the way on Facebook, John found us on Facebook, and
Gotcha. And then the rest is history.
They found each other on Facebook, Jerry. Isn't that romantic?
Oh,
That's how you and I met.
Yeah, that's right.
And down.
So who's going out with who? No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're together. I live ways away.
What's that?
I said they're together. I live a ways away.
Okay. Gotcha. So when you guys got together or got everybody together and stuff like that, what was, because I knew we had some EVPs, and I'm really apologize, guys. For some reason, I can't get them to play on my computer. And when I kept trying to, it would they would split up and kind of, it's just real irritating, and I apologize for that, for you guys and for any listeners out there that wanted to listen to them. Jen's fault. So sorry. No. So what's the first place that you guys did together, and who was the first one to run out the door?
Well, the first place that we went to it was just me and Chris at the time. This was before we met John, and we went to a place called the Rainer Road Cemetery, and this is an abandoned cemetery that the city of Rome, they kind of took it for back taxes. And we kind of we went in there and kind of explored, and we were probably in there for not even 5 minutes, and like we seen a car go by, and after the car went by, we heard somebody yell, "Hey!" And so we went out to the road to find out who said "Hey," and nobody was there.
Okay. And then you guys, so then after that, what do you mean that this place was like abandoned or taken away? What were you?
Yeah.
It was a privately owned cemetery, and they didn't pay the people didn't pay the taxes on it, so the city of Rome took it.
Oh
and
my God!
They just left it abandoned. Nobody takes care of it or anything. So
does it like overgrow and stuff?
Yeah.
Tombstones are knocked over. It's in the
That's
middle
like
of the woods.
Sacrilegious, something fierce. I mean, Jen, what do you think of that?
They repossessed a cemetery.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say about that.
I don't either. Repossessed. So does that mean the ghost came back?
Well, they can't really evict the tenants now, can they?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, they could. You've heard of things.
They can't really evict the tenants.
Well,
No, they've dug cemeteries up before, so.
I suppose.
yeah, that's really sick. I don't know if I'd ever feel comfortable if somebody was to say, "Look at this house. It's it's a $300,000 house, and you can have it for $5." I think I would be like a little wary about the thing, and what kind of activity would be going on inside there, especially, Go
I'd
ahead.
take it.
You what?
I'd take it. Yeah, turn around, sell it.
You would take it in a heartbeat, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So, John, when did you come on in to where...
I would, if it's not a cemetery, I'd probably take it.
Yeah, but no, not me, no. So when did you come into the group and everything?
Well, I don't know exactly. My memory's sort of bad. Ron, when did I join?
Probably about November or December of last year.
Oh, okay. And you guys, what so far has been the one case that, shines through your head that you're like, unbelievable?
Rolling Hills Asylum.
Yeah,
Which one?
Definite.
We've been to Rolling Hills Asylum twice, and
That's not New York.
Oh, okay.
we've got some pretty nice stuff there.
Wow. What? Give me a little background on it.
Well, it back in the about the 1930s or whatever, it was a poor farm, and then they made it into a hospital, and they had an outbreak of tuberculosis, and then they turned it into an insane asylum. So there's like I guess there's like over 1,000 unmarked graves all around the property.
Oh my goodness! This is at that asylum you're talking about, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So what's one thing that you guys found there that was like earth-shattering to you?
Well, down in the morgue there, they have a suit that it's hanging on a hanger, and it's right by the metal slab in the morgue, and when you lay on the metal slab, the suit actually turns towards you and will stare at you.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And then when you get up, it turns away.
Now, so do you have that stuff on your website?
Yeah, so I've got the videos of it, yes.
Oh, okay. Awesome. What
is your website?
Here.
You can tell us. We'll keep it a secret.
We'll keep it a secret with all the listeners here.
This is what we call dead air. We try to avoid it.
That's paranormal, though, isn't it, Jerry?
That's true.
All right, it's Extraordinaire Ghost.weebly.com.
Okay.
Extraordinary Ghosts.
Extraordinary Ghosts.weebly.com.
.weebly.com. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And actually, there'll be a little, like a little margin up on the top. It'll say home and about, pictures, and then there'll be a blog.
Perfect.
And the videos are actually in the about.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. They're actually uploaded to YouTube.
Oh, okay. And what is the YouTube name and everything? Just do the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, we got it under Rolling Hills Morgue.
Okay.
Could you share the links on our Facebook page when we're done with the show?
What?
Would you be willing to share the links on our Facebook page to those when we're done with the show?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great. So now, all three of you guys have been doing this. What kind of things have you gotten from your family? Are your family for it, against it?
Well, my mother kind of laughs about it. Some of my wife's brother-in-law, though, he actually, and it was one of the EVPs that I actually sent you. He was actually shocked because he thought it was kind of funny that we were ghost hunters at first. And then when I brought up the name Stanley, which was a dream I had about a dog, and he found out that I knew the name Stanley as a dog, he said he had an Uncle Richard that lived in the apartment that I'm living in, and he actually had a dog named Stanley that got hit out front. And he, even when just going from the first floor to the second floor at night, getting ready to go to bed, like I can feel somebody just kind of right behind me at my ankles, and I knew right away that it was the dog. So.
Gotcha. Wow. So now, what? How about let's go with Mr. Landgraf. What do you? What does your family think? Or?
Oh, my mom's actually listening to the show tonight.
Oh, well, say hello to your mom.
Hi, Mom.
Well, say her name and everything so everybody knows who she is.
Cheryl Landgraf.
Awesome. What the heck was
Hi.
that?
I don't know.
Okay. That was your mom.
Hello to the mom.
And what about you, Chris?
Oh, well, my fiance's getting used to it.
She's getting used to it. Was she against it at all?
Huh?
Was she against it at all?
No, not really. I mean,
No.
she just didn't want nothing following me home, you know. But
That's roughly the first thing that anybody says. We just got a new investigator with SIMS, Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota. His name is Anthony Adamson, sorry about that, from Rochester, Minnesota. And he's all for it. His fiance was like, I don't want you bringing anything home. Now she's on board with it, and that is the number one thing I think that everybody says is, that they're afraid that something's going to be brought home. And then how do you deal with it? How do you get rid of it? Now, have you guys done any kind of cleansing at all?
yeah, we do cleansings.
Okay.
Yeah. We just recently did a cleansing Friday on a house in Adams, New York, near Watertown. And so far, I mean, they really didn't have much activity after the cleansing. Just recently, though, just today, I was talking to a lady, and she said that that her neighbor is actually starting to see black shadows again, and so we're probably going to have to go back and try to do another cleansing up there.
Gotcha. Now, when you guys pick somebody to do an investigation for, do you guys ask straight out? What type of if they're on anything, or like we ask if anybody has. Well, Jen's looking at me weird here. If a person, you got to ask about their well-being. Do you guys ask the same question roughly?
No, they're... Go ahead, John.
Well, we basically go into the situation asking basically what's going on, and as they're investigating, I get more of everything else. I actually talk and keep them talking so they're not hindering the investigation, and basically get all the information so I know what it is. They don't know everything, and that way if there's something that comes up, there's no discrepancy. I know it, they know it, and we know it's real.
Gotcha. And what have you guys found? Have you guys ever gone to a place yet, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, what's going on? Has there been any, or that they're kind of, faking stuff or anything like that?
Well, actually, the house in Adams, that's a good question generally, because there was some kind of spirit that was hindering her, the lady of the house. And at first, she did not like me at all, and I never said a word. This is before I even started talking. She did not like me. And after we were talking for a while, she had a seizure. And afterwards, she was fine. But for some reason, at first, she did not like me, and she didn't know why.
Wow.
So basically, the seizure caused her to cause the separation enough to where it wasn't telling her to hate me and hit me.
So when you guys go to places, who is the first one that does all the contact?
Ron.
Yeah, I'm usually the one that knocks on the door and introduces myself and stuff, and then introduces everybody else.
Got it. Okay. What is the when we get people, the first thing they say is, "I'm not crazy. It really happened."
I think everybody says that.
Whether they mean it or not is, yeah. No, I hear you. So now, what is one place that you guys would go if given the chance? We'll start with you, John, first.
Well, I really don't know. I'd actually like to do here in New York, Bolt Castle.
Where's that at?
It's in the Thousand Islands. It's, I believe they said it was built like in 1649. It's old. It's an actual original castle that was used to protect the waterway to keep ships from coming in.
Oh, wow. Okay. And that's where at?
It's in the Thousand Islands in New York.
Okay. Nice. What...
I obviously do not know that area very well.
No, it was funny how we all met, guys. We had a woman contacted me one morning at 8 o'clock in the morning here in Minnesota and was desperately looking for help. She was having all sorts of problems and issues. And she wanted me to come there if I could and to help her out. And it was like, where are you at? And she told me that she was in Syracuse, New York. And I'm like, how did you get a hold of us? And she said she went through everybody, called everybody. Nobody would even take a call or get back. But she didn't know about you guys. And after talking with quite a few people, I finally ran into your guys' website. I think it was through the Facebook is where I found you guys. And then made the call to Ron and said, "Hey, do you want to take this case?" He said, "Sure." I know the case has already been done and over with and solved, which is good. But I commend you guys. Thank you you guys show para-unity, and that's one big thing to me, especially around the United States, because sometimes it's hard to find that right team that's going to go in there and be comfortable and not leave that person if there is such problems to where you've identified it be a poltergeist or whatever, but you don't leave the client until everything is done and over with. And hats off to you guys for being that type of team.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you work with a psychic at all, I'm wondering?
What was that? No.
Do you have a psychic that works with your team?
We don't as of yet.
No, not yet.
Okay. Is that something that you were looking for, or?
Well, sort of. Yeah,
Nope.
we were looking to try to get somebody that was a psychic to come on some investigations with us, and certain house cases that people call and say that they're having issues in their house.
Okay.
I do have, I found out recently, a couple weeks ago, that actually, I have got the signs of being an empath.
What about being an empath? I didn't catch that part.
Oh, I got told I got the signs of being an empath.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So.
Well, if you're just learning about that, that's an interesting adventure on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that doing ghost hunting will open that up a little bit more for you.
Yeah, I gotta I work at my full-time job. I work at the Turning Stone Casino, right here in Oneida, New York, and I was standing outside one day, and they've got a foundation of stones and around the circle where valet comes and picks up the cars and stuff, and I just got a feeling of a massacre on the land, 200 Indians, from 1956 to 1957. And I mean, I searched it online, and there was an incident in Illinois, but nothing on the Oneida territory. So I don't know.
Working at the casino myself, I already know that half of the land that the casino is on is Indian land, and it was all burial ground at one point.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. Well, I hope that I'm sure that the tribe will take care of whatever that needs to be taken care of if it's on the reservation.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Okay.
At work or anywhere. Thanks for making Para-X part of your day. Your source for everything paranormal. Para-X.
Red, where are you going?
I'm going back to the Paranormal View, back where I belong.
Please, take me with you.
No, I'm through with everything here. I want to see if there's something left in life I haven't explored. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Red, don't run to them. They talk about ghosts and hauntings, UFOs, and all kind of supernatural scary stuff.
You'll never understand, will you, Scarlett?
No.
Well, that's your misfortune.
Red, if you go, where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear... Line!
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
That's the Paranormal View with your host, Henry Foister, Jeffrey Gould, Kat Cloco, and Barbara Duncan. Every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on the Para-X Radio Network.
Ghost
Ghost Hunters Case Log 451. The time? Thursday, 8 p.m. Okay, we're going to start an EVP session. Is there anyone out there? Can you repeat that? I really need you to try to project louder and slower so we can all hear.
The Black Cat Lounge.
That's right, gang. Listen in. The Black Cat Lounge every Thursday night, 8 o'clock on Para X.
And we are back. All right. My name's Jerry Ayers, and I'm with Sim and also The Calling. And with me is Jen Cruz of PsychicSisters.net.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Calling.
And we are also talking with 3 members of the Ghost Hunters Extraordinaire located in New York. Guys, you still with us?
Yep, we're here.
Awesome. Okay, now if there's John, who is one person that influenced you the most in getting into being a paranormal investigator? Was it a show, or Ghost Hunters, or was it Ghost Adventures? Ghost Hunters.
It was Ghost Hunters at first, and I started watching Ghost Adventures, but I found some discrepancies in some of their shows, so I'd say Ghost Hunters, yes.
Awesome. And how about you, Mr. Oliver?
Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures?
Yeah.
Are you a provoker?
Sort of. We really don't do much provoking. We don't like
Very
to.
good.
He's the quiet one.
I can see that. And he probably gives one response. Hello? Sorry.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. How about you, Ron?
Yeah, Ghost Adventures. And yes, definitely I do a lot of provoking, so just recently I started doing it. But
You're the first person I ever heard that would admit that they were a provoker.
I didn't catch the last thing what he said. What did you say?
yeah, I started I've been provoking, a lot, especially at Split Rock Quarry, which is on Onondaga Hill in Syracuse.
Okay. Oh, you can't hear him, Jen?
I'm having trouble understanding the accent.
He's done it mostly at Split Rock Quarry in Syracuse, New York here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one thing I provoked one time and paid a heavy price for it through an attack, and I would never do that again. I don't know. We've got some weird things going on here.
Somebody's got a cell phone on the table or something, Jerry.
Oh.
Do you have a cell phone on the table?
No, actually, I just plugged mine in the charger.
Oh, okay. That's what it was. All right. I was totally convinced these last few weeks that Skype is haunted on my side. And I swear to God, have we not had some ridiculous things going on, Jen?
We have. Normally, when you start talking about the devil, something goes wrong. So we won't talk about
that. Something goes wrong. Yeah, we don't. He's not going to get any more billing from me. So, have you guys? What's your one place? Let's go with you first, Ron. Your one place that you would love to be at within the next year, investigating with your team.
Well, actually, I've got 2 places. One of them would be Waverly Hills in Kentucky, New York, and the second place would be the Amityville Horror House in Amityville, New York.
Okay, let me tell you, you get to Waverly, have some fun. That place is wild and crazy. Seriously, you don't go there thinking that you're going to ghost hunt. They're going to hunt you, and that is no lie. We actually have a picture of a doppelganger, and we pretty much think that it was me because I wasn't even nowhere around when Steph got the picture. It's pretty incredible. What about you, Mr. Oliver?
Same. Waverly Hills.
Which one?
Waverly Hills. Pretty much the same thing.
Gotcha. Like I said, it is crazy, and get ready for a lot of walk in that place. You guys, you guys have never been there before, right?
No.
Okay. It is huge. I have never been to such a huge place as this. It just goes on forever and ever, and you can get lost so easy. When we were in the basement trying to find our way to the gift shop, which was our base headquarters, I couldn't find it. I mean, every wall, and until somebody finally opened up a door, and it was like, oh, okay, great. Because when you got to go to the bathroom, you got to get to the gift shop, But what about you, Mr. Landgraf?
We're all pretty much on the same page. We want to go to the same places. We all talked about it, and there's where we want to go.
Very good. Well, it'd be kind of funny if we met up with you guys there. That would be hilarious. I would want to be away from Ron since he likes to provoke. I wouldn't provoke there, Ron. I would not at all. Because there is a guy that even the guides will tell you that he was a gentleman that was actually shot and killed. I do believe it was in 1970. His dog was also shot and killed, and they were both thrown down an elevator shaft. And they were homeless, and they were living in the building. And this really happened. It was a real thing. Anyway, that guy is seen once in a while, and the person that walks you through it first to kind of tell you the history and of different places in there and everything, she will not take her back off the wall. It stays on the wall. There was too many times that she's turned around and he is standing directly in front of her. And she said there was one time a group of 20 people, and one girl that was with them was like 6'2", and this guy actually stopped the woman to stare at her, and she passed out, and 10 of her friends ran like hell for the exits, while the other ones stayed around to try to help her, but they all wanted to leave, and that was the end of their, when you're paying $100 each, and you got 10 people, so you have $1,000 on the line, you got to be ready to see certain things that you're probably not going to see too much of. The creeper who creeps across the wall and everything, and it's pretty incredible stuff. You got to stay on your feet and and get ready. We had a flashlight. Something sucked all the energy out of a flashlight I had, and I have never felt that before. I mean, what I mean by that, it was in my hand, and I could feel something, and it just felt like my whole wrist and forearm kind of went to sleep, but it felt like a goopy mess. And all of a sudden, my flashlight started to go out little by little, then finally died. And those are brand new batteries that I put in there. And it's an incredible place. You definitely got to go. Jen, we have to take you there one of these times.
Okay. I love it.
You say that now. You get there, you're going to be the first one to cry like everything and run out next to me.
Hey, who wasn't scared at Walcott? Who wasn't the scared one at Walcott?
If you go with us and there's any bats, Ron will beat her.
Oh, why? Who's run from a case?
Nobody's run from a case, but Ron has run from bats.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I don't blame him. We did a place that there was thousands of bats, and besides that, guys, just to let you know, it may be kind of funny right now, I had developed histoplasmosis from bat guano. Too many places thick with wet, gooey, yucky bat poo, if you want to call it, and it was a hard thing. They usually say it takes about 6 months to get rid of it. It took me 2 years. It's a tough thing. So there. Don't make fun of Ron. So now, so we know who influenced all you guys. Did I ask? I asked you, John, wasn't it? The place you wanted to go to was Waverly Hills also, right?
Well, we all wanted to go to Waverly Hills. I would like to go to Bolt Castle.
Which one?
That's the one in Thousand Islands. It's Bolt Castle.
Oh, I don't think I know of that one.
Well, you guys didn't know. It's in Thousand Islands. It's basically just one of the castles that was built to defend the northern part of the United States if they get past coming up the canal. It was the last point to stop anything coming through, past New York City up the river.
Okay.
I mean, because from there you got into the Great Lakes and you can invade the northern territories that way. But Bolt Castle and, oh my goodness, I can't think of it now. In Watertown, there's another fort that's right on the mainland in New York. Bolt Castle is actually on one of the Thousand Islands, so it's an island, and it can protect in all four directions from where it sets.
Nice. And what was the castle? Oh, go ahead, sorry.
The castle itself, if you look at it the way it sets, there's only about 150 feet of land in each direction. That's it. It's just itself on a little island.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
And is it supposed to be really haunted?
They say it is. Because of the year it was built, in the late 1600s, it's had many people through, and I'm sure there's many ships that have failed and sunk in the area.
Wow, okay. What, out of
We're
curiosity...
going to have to look into that, Jerry.
Yeah, no kidding. Big time. What is your guys' take on orbs? And let's start with Ron first.
I believe in them, like, as long as they're, like, in color. Like, if there's a large portion of them, though, I mean, they could be dust or bugs, but, like, if it's just one that it's like maybe a blue color or a purple color or something, it kind and it just zips by fast, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're the orbs.
So, like, every case would be pretty much, that's one of the things you want to look at first if it's just dust in somebody's house and stuff. So it's a case-by-case type deal. It's not that you totally believe in them, it's just they have to be a certain consistency.
Yeah.
Excellent. What about you, Mr. Oliver?
Well, I believe in orbs, but I'm not a real strong believer in orbs.
Okay, so again, there'd have to be a lot of evidence.
Yeah, a lot of evidence.
Okay. Mr. Landgraf?
Yeah, I'm a believer, but not. I gotta have proof too, because I can take a lot of pictures and get orbs off from different things. And when you're taking pictures in the dark, a flash can make anything look like an orb. I mean, the lock to a door handle on an angle can make an orb up off the wall in another direction. There's so many different things that can cause it, so I got to make sure that it's really real.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, just let everybody know that if you do want to call up and talk to any one of these guys, feel free to. The phone number to call is 1-612-351-6728, and you can talk with John or Tim, right?
Ron and Chris.
Ron and Chris. Chris, I'm so sorry. I know a Tim Oliver. I so apologize for that.
Oh, that's all right.
That was horrible. But yeah, if anybody wants to talk to one of you guys and ask you guys questions, please feel free to call. Again, that is 1-612-351-6728. Cool. Now, if there was one person that you can contact from the dead, that, it doesn't matter when this person was alive, who would that person be? Let's start with you, John.
It would be my grandmother.
Your grandmother?
Yes.
Awesome. Did you ever get a chance to say anything to her before she passed away?
Yes, I did. Actually, the whole family got to say goodbye.
That's good. That's That's one of the biggest things right there, you know. And he also believes too to people that are still living. It's like, you know, take that chance. If you're not going to see him for a long time, take a chance and, you know, give him a call. Go ahead. I'm sorry, John. You
I
still
just
there?
had it.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I didn't say anything. I was listening.
Oh, okay. All right. What about
me,
you?
I had to clear my throat.
Gotcha. Ron, what about you?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I wasn't able to say before she passed away, and you know.
Nice.
And
Good. What about you, Chris?
That would have to be my dad, because I never got to say goodbye to him
Okay.
before he passed.
Well, remember, right now is the veil between the living and the dead is starting to get thin. Question here we have from one of our chat line people is, have you ever been touched by a spirit? Let's start with you, Ron.
yes, I have. We were at Rolling Hills Asylum, and I was sitting in one of the wheelchairs. And as I was sitting in the wheelchair, I could feel like a hand, like somebody had their hand on top of my hand when I was sitting in the wheelchair.
Wow. Now, with this place that you were in, what are they doing with that place? Are they going to remodel it? Are they going to?
I've kind of grown kind of a relationship, a friendship relationship with the owner. Her name is Sharon Coyle. Her and I have we talked out quite a bit, and she's actually in the process of fixing it up, and she's gonna keep it open for any paranormal investigators or any public. You know, they got public tours and stuff. You know, that people can go into. So if anybody's interested, they can go in there and, you know, kind of be adventurous and explore.
Gotcha. What about you, Chris?
I would say it have to be Rolling Hills Asylum during the walkthrough. You know how spider web feels like? It feels like you have a spider web on you?
Yeah.
So that's how it felt on my face, and then I looked up and there was nothing there. I'm thinking it was like, you know, fingertips on my face.
Mm-hmm. We've had that quite a bit, and as a matter of fact, on at a place we just did up in Izani County, one of our investigators, that's what she was feeling. Started at her legs, and it just felt the exact same way. What about you, John?
I've actually never been touched.
Really?
Not yet, at least.
And you're the single guy out of the group, right?
No, actually, I'm not single yet.
Not
I'm
yet.
on the way, though.
Okay, my bad, man. I'm sorry. I had to throw that in just for a moment. Now the moment's gone. All right. So, no, what, Jen? I'm sorry. You had a question.
I did?
Oh, I thought you were giving me the sign you had a question.
No.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay, so at a lot of the time, have you guys noticed that if you're on a case or anything like that, the more heightened the activity, do you feel that, you know, the being a full moon or not, does that have any bearing that you guys have noticed at all?
I haven't noticed it.
Gotcha.
Neither have I.
Okay. Anything that you guys have noticed that it seems to increase the intensity of an investigation?
It's just about whatever time it is. Like the closer to 3 o'clock is usually gets more active.
Gotcha. Now, do you guys believe in the dead time that people are claiming, anywhere from 11 to 3, or is that just happens to be the time, but yet activity can happen at any time that it wants, correct?
Yeah, activity can happen at any time. But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's stronger around bedtime, though.
Gotcha. What?
Well,
Go ahead.
I actually believe it's in the daytime too. It's just you can't see it as well because it's like. I mean, I don't see how there'd be a difference between day and night. They don't know.
Exactly. Okay. What about you, Chris?
Pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same. Okay.
Yeah.
When you do make contact, and what is roughly your first question that usually comes out of your mouth when you're at a place?
Usually when we got our recorders on and stuff, the first thing is anybody here, and then we'll just ask if they can say their name or...
Gotcha. When do you feel it's the right time? Actually, there's no right time for it. I think it's rather funny that, like some people that are doing an EVP session, they're in a house, the place is haunted, there's crazy activity going on, and then they make the mistake of saying, if you want us to leave, just let us know. Really? Okay, 2 minutes after you've been there, they've already showed they want you to leave. So do you, A, sit there and really tick off the spirit, or do you do what you say you're going to do and leave? What's that?
I try to communicate longer with them if something like that would happen.
Gotcha. Is there somebody on the team that actually has done that?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Okay, now that I put it in your head, that'll be John's deal. Now, you guys are going to get there, and 2 minutes later, he's going to say, "Do you want us to leave?" I'm going to go get me a pizza. Yeah.
No, you're going to come and you have to bring the pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice to actually meet you guys, and maybe with Waverly, you guys can make how far are you guys from Waverly anyway?
Well, I don't know. It's probably like according to Google Maps and stuff, it says it's going to be probably roughly about maybe a 14-hour drive.
That's, I think, for the same for us. And, that would be a good halfway point. That would be good, especially with Cat Paranormal. They're ready to go. Great team. And again, they're going to be at Paracon. We're actually going to be at Paracon too. Sim is, and we will be speaking on Saturday morning at I do believe it's 11:30, right after Chip Coffee. We'll be speaking about how we got together, and then actually showing bloopers of things that have happened during certain times of investigation. And I think that nobody's done that yet, so I'm kind of hoping that it's going to turn out pretty good. We actually are shooting a documentary this coming Sunday at one of the first places that we investigated in northeast Minneapolis at a certain bridge, and hopefully that'll be a good time, and hopefully the weather's going to be nice. So
at a bridge?
Cool. At a bridge, yeah. There was a bridge that it was an old bridge that the police had claimed that a woman, that now would have been almost 35 years ago, was raped and murdered, and her body was flung over the side, and they actually see her once in a while. So we had to investigate it to see what we could find, and we did find evidence of paranormal activity.
You should...
What's that?
You should check out the bridge, the bridge that goes by the airport in the cities. That bridge.
Which bridge is that?
Seriously. It was at 494?
494?
That goes right by the airport?
Oh, yeah. No. We're talking about 5. Highway 5,
what?
I think it is. Isn't it Highway 5? Anyway, let's get back to the guest. We'll talk about it. No, that's okay. Sorry, guys. You guys are all sitting there going, what the heck are they talking about? So, all right, we've got 4 minutes left. Give us your website, Ron.
Extraordinary. Extraordinaire ghosts.weebly.com.
Okay. And Chris, to find you on Facebook, where do you go to?
Huh?
To find your team on Facebook. Can you read my lips? No. Where would you go? Where would you
Chickens
go?
have lips?
Oh, thank you.
It's on my page anyways.
No, I mean, but I mean, if somebody doesn't know, what would they look on Facebook to find your guys' team page?
Pretty much the same thing that Ron said.
Which is... John, help him out here.
Yeah,
I actually don't know it.
I can't remember it.
All right, it's Facebook. It's facebook.com/Ronald NY70.
Oh, you don't have... I thought you had Ghost Hunters Extraordinaire as your...
Yes, we do. Yeah, that's the actual that's the actual the address for the page.
That's what we were looking
for the Facebook page.
Whew. Okay, that was tough.
But yeah, they can do a Facebook search and look up Ghost Hunters Extraordinaire, and it'll pop up.
Excellent.
That's how I found them.
You see, for us, it's a little different because we can set it to where it comes right up on our Facebook when we go up. It's right there at the top. It says, check out your page. You got this many visitors, and so we just click the button.
Gotcha. You guys, I tell you. So, all right. Well, gentlemen, we got 2 minutes left. Is there anything that you would like to add? Let's start with Ron.
Well, I found it kind of interesting, and I'm wondering, there's a lot of rumors about Waverly Hills, actually, that they're going to be turning it into a haunted hotel.
Well, yes and no. I think it's either the bottom 2 floors. Yeah, I think it's the bottom 2 floors that they're thinking of doing it to. And then the ones higher up, they're not going to do it. That's where most of the activity is.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. What about you, John?
I really don't know.
You really don't know? Okay.
No.
You just think it's funny that you're listening to your voice on radio. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, actually, I couldn't listen to it while I'm talking because it would be going over the phone.
Yeah, there you go. All right. What about you, Mr. Oliver?
I really have nothing.
Nothing of significance or value to say, right?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, guys, this has been another conclusion. That hour's already gone past. This is crazy. I think we've been shorted somehow. Thank you all for coming to the calling tonight and listening in. Jen, you're awesome as usual.
Thank you, Jerry. You're just awesome yourself.
Yeah, I know. And also next week, we are going to have Cat Paranormal. Kimberly and her team are going to be coming on to the calling to talk about things that they've done in southern Minnesota and what things that they're looking to do in the future. And so I thank all you guys for coming in. And thank you, Para X and Sarge. You are the best in the world. Enjoy those beans, young man. All right. Well, this is it, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks, gentlemen, for coming aboard.
Thanks for having us.
Good night, everyone.